So, what are some of the important relationships that a prophet should pursue so that he doesn't become an island unto himself or dangerous?
Great question. Great question. If left to ourselves, the average person will always gravitate to those of like mind. People instinctively don't like controversy. So therefore, they want to have people around them that agree with them, that have the same AFL team. You know, people want to be in a place of comfort, agreement, but for the prophetic office, for the prophetic grace, the prophetic gift. In our last session together, we talked about their intensity.
The intensity, yeah.
That intensity needs to be balanced. So don't surround yourself with just other prophetic people. Yes, have other prophetic people around you. That's healthy.
It's important too.
Well, because you do need those who understand how you're wired, how you function, how you think, because you do need the encouragement of those that fully understand you.
And the sharpening. Iron sharpens iron. Prophetic.
Iron sharpens iron.
Yep.
But if your only source of friendship and input and dialogue is prophetic people, you will end up imbalanced. You need people that represent the other attributes of God's heart. Always remember that the pursuit is not to be the greatest prophet. The pursuit is to represent God's heart.
Very good.
So part and equally part of God's heart is the pastor, is the teacher, is the apostle, is the evangelist, is the worker of miracles, is the worker of compassion, is the gift of administration. And so this is all part of God's heart.
Very good, very good.
The prophet is not called to be profoundly exciting in the words that he brings. The prophet is called to represent God's heart. So we must pick up on his heart.
Yes.
And part of his heartbeat is in that person that's all pastoral. The other person is all evangelical.
Very good.
A prophet, look, a prophet will see a problem and immediately go into fix-it mode. We put this thing right. The pastor will look at the exact same problem and the exact same person and says, I wonder what I can do to reassure this individual and care for them during the process. You know, the apostle will come in and say, let's get the proper structure in place and this thing's going to go in the right direction. Everybody's got a different grace that brings a different element. Collectively,
very good.
They represent God's heart. So I actually look for people to be in my world that are different to me. I want people with a pastoral heart. I want people with apostolic heart. I want people with a teaching grace. Because balance. I know in some places, balance can be a bad word. You know, it means compromise. But I mean it in the sense of completion. I mean it in the sense of wholeness. I mean it in the sense of not representing a corner of God's heart, but the whole of God's heart. So I love people tackling me on subjects. Have you ever seen that from a pastoral point of view?
It really is 1 Corinthians 12 to me. It's that the objective is a healthy body, which comes from every member fitly joined together, supplying everything the body needs.
Very good.
As someone said, you know, if my head was over there and my legs were over there and my feet were in the next room, I wouldn't be healthy. It needs to be together. But it says fitly joined, supplying everything.
Yes.
And I just think the way you articulate it was absolute gold. So I think the bottom line of what you're saying is don't just be around like-minded. Now, yes, be around people that want God and pursue God and all that. But then again, we're also meant to be in the world, not of the world. They need to see the salt and light in dark places. So
Yes.
having some good relationships with evangelists would be very healthy for a prophet.
Yes, I think
Not
so.
not always easy for a prophet.
No.
Let's be honest. And come on, evangelists, it's not always easy to be around those prophets. I get it.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love it. I love it. No competition, just this completing each other as
Very good.
members of a body, fitly joined, supplying everything.
Just one other thought. Keeping in mind what we just said, which is the pivot, it's the center. Make sure there are those same group of people with their diversity should fit two categories: friends and adjusters. So friends, I can pour out my heart, I can talk about the AFL, I can talk about any aspect of my life. If I'm struggling, I can talk about it. Just friends are with you. Friends just love being, they're friends. But you also need oversight people. You also need covering people. You also need those appointed by God to speak adjustively into your life, to bring balance into your life, to every now and again check you on an issue. People that God has graced to keep you in the center of the line. So make sure that it's not just friends and just oversight. You need oversight and you need friends.
Brilliant. When I made the distinctive in that at one time in my life where I was wondering why some friends weren't as spiritually connecting, and I was getting like, my wife actually pointed out to me, you need them.
Yes.
They need you. Don't expect everyone to be at the same place and bring the same thing.
That's good.
You know,
That's
it
good.
was great advice, really helpful for
Yep.
me. So, hey, bless you as Father clarifies the relationships in your life.